Gio, I think maybe a week or two ago, it was Coach Chiswick said you're kind of like the leader of the secondary back there. Looking at tape and knowing how you did against FAMU, what would be your critique of the secondary and performance?
I just think over the weekend we kind of talked to Coach Warren, talked to the defense as a whole, and I think one thing we all got to do is kind of look in the mirror. How do we prepare? How do we go into the game preparing? Just kind of just look at ourselves and just wonder what we can do this week to kind of get better. I think we made a lot of great adjustments at halftime. I think that was a good experience. We had some younger guys on the field who never played before, so just kind of being able to mesh with them and those guys getting their first couple reps. So I just think it was a good learning experience, a good way to look in the mirror, and then some of the older guys having to step up and help those younger guys that are first getting reps. So I think going forward will be much better.
Was that a discussion by Coach Warren to say, hey guys, look in the mirror, we got to kind of step back a little better?
So we always kind of talk about things like that. He's been drilling that in us since, January, whenever they got hired, literally the first day. So that's something he's always told us, but, you kind of never really listen to it or believe it until that time shows up. So like I said, just being able to, me as one of the leaders, just kind of being able to step up and tell those guys, like, hey, look, like, all right, we're in it now. Like, we don't got time to mess around anymore. Like, we're in the season. Luckily, our offense played well enough, and our D-line and linebackers played well enough to kind of bail us out some of the situations. But, we just got to lock in a little bit better.
When you guys collectively looked in the mirror defensively, what were a couple things you saw that you didn't like?
So, obviously, guys are going to get beat as football. The other team practices too. But when you bust or when you don't know your assignment, when you're lined up in the wrong leverage, I think that's what's kind of daunting. It's just not good. So I think being able to know where you're supposed to line up, know what you're supposed to do, know your technique, know where your help is, I think that's some of the things we got to fix. But guys are going to get beat. You play the correct technique and you get beat on any type of route or any type of run. It's just, all right, good play them, and then we go back and line up again.
Given the advantage of having the game on film and seeing a lot of things that need to be fixed, do you think that works in your favor as opposed to going up against a team that you haven't seen?
I think it's like a two-way street. They're fresh. They haven't played the game, so they don't know what they haven't done so well. And then we've played the game, so they kind of can see a couple things on us that we have done well or that we haven't done well. So, like Coach Warren was telling us today, our resume is what we put on film this past weekend. So they're able to see, hey, I think I can beat this guy on this route, or I think I can do this to this guy. So whatever we put on our resume last weekend is what they're thinking they can beat us on. And obviously them not playing last weekend, we got a little bit of a step to take an advantage on them.
You had two really young corners played a lot. One's coming out with Marcus Allen, Balfour. How have they responded to their performance, kind of getting thrown in the fire pretty early there?
I think they responded really well. Dante's been a guy that's been working really hard since the spring, doing really well. I think one big thing is just having confidence when you're out there. And it's hard just to go out there and be like, all right, this is my time, I'm that guy. Not a lot of people can do that. So I think just being able to get those reps was really good for Dante. And then Marcus Allen, who really impressed, he's a really young guy, and he had a really good camp. So I think having the trust of those younger guys, when I can trust them or they can trust me, is just a good mesh. So I think they did really well.
Joe, you talked about obviously limiting the number of busted coverages and playing in a hostile environment at App State. How is communication going to play back?
So yeah, we'll be in a hostile environment down there, but I think just like I said, every week, guys putting in a lot of work into their preparation and being able to just say like, hey, I did X amount, or just even getting some extra work. Me, Tony, and some of the guys are big on, all right, hey, let's get an extra pattern match period without the coaches, and just doing extra stuff, and then just getting comfortable, guys, and getting comfortable with what plays we have. FAMU gave us a lot of shifts and motions and stuff like that, so that really challenged us to, really talk and communicate. So that was really a good thing for us to get the first week, just to really challenge us and allow us to know how we should play things. So we'll do some pattern match periods and just go out to the indoor field, get a couple play scripts, play cards. We'll take the backers and just the secondary and just go through routes and just literally pattern match. All right, they run this call, they run this play against this call, and we just line up and just play and just kind of get guys reps as we go.
I'm excited about you to go to this game. This is going to be their Super Bowl, their most proud ever and everything. How did you and Blair, liking going to the atmosphere that's going to be like that?
So me personally, I love playing at away stadiums, especially when it's a lot of people. I kind of get excited to go in there and kind of just be able to play my best ball. But it's gonna be a tough challenge for us. They're a really good team, they're a really experienced team. So I just think we got to go in there with a mindset of just play our ball and do what we do best.
You just mentioned how their experience in your offense has got a lot of old guys, running back, offensive line. have you seen him build from that? That would be a challenge.
So their running back, Six Cam, he's a really good running back. I was just telling somebody, I remember him being there my freshman year, how good he was then. So I just think being able to stop those guys, stopping the run, just being able to just play physical ball. And then obviously they have a 6-year quarterback, and anytime you have a 6-year quarterback, like we saw last year with Kenny Pickett, it's just the knowledge is just that much elevated. Like they can see things or read things that you just might not know you're giving away. So just being able to read our keys and do what Coach Warren, Coach Chiswick are drilling into us, I think that's what we need to do.
How is Chase different in their system as opposed to when you guys saw them do?
So I think it helps them a lot that they have really good running backs at App State. They got 2-3 running backs. 20 from last year, I think he's number 5 now. 6 and number 4, who I think is pretty good actually too. I just think being able to run the ball, you're getting safety sucked up into the fit, and then being able to drop play action pass and throw it over guys' heads. They have really good receivers. I know they lost a couple from last year, but being able to just run the ball and get the quarterback comfortable in the game, get some positive momentum going, and then being able to throw the ball off the play action is something they do really well to get him comfortable and get him going.
Along those same lines, when you watch the film of Chase Bryce, do you see an older player now as opposed to the guy you guys saw in 2020? I guess?
2020, yeah.
Is that apparent?
I think I see a more comfortable guy, comfortable with the guys he has around him. Last year they had some really good receivers, some veteran receivers. I know they might have lost a couple, but they still have those good guys and the really good offensive line. So I think he's more comfortable. I think he's able to make those plays that he might not have been able to make at his other school just because of the guys he had around him, and just a comfortability level, and just the guys, the running backs, the receivers, the O-line, obviously. Anytime a 6-year quarterback has a really good O-line, that's a match made in heaven.
Jim, kind of an off-the-grid question here, but obviously all preseason you guys had the option of wearing your starting caps in practice. Was that something you took part in, or what was your experience with those?
I personally did not. I can't tell you why. Then I never took part in that. But
You guys good with Jim?
Jim.
All right.
thank you.